Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Air Software. Today I'm unboxing this APS ASR118 BOAR ESILVER edition. So I just want to make a note on safety. Whether I'm disassembling, unboxing, chronoing, whatever it is I'm doing, I always make sure I'm in a completely safe environment. So that means most of my videos I'm always wearing eye protection just to make sure that my eyesight stays safe. Before I do that, I always make sure that there's no ammunition in any of the mags or in the gun itself. I make sure that the mags are unloaded and unwound to make sure that nothing can happen with that. Obviously, if I'm chronoing, then I have absolutely definitely got my eye protection on to protect myself. I even make sure that my batteries are removed and out of the way so that I know I'm in the safe environment. I also make sure that there's nobody else around as well either, so I'm always in a safest possible environment. If you are working with airsoft stuff, please make sure you do the same. Hi guys, and welcome back. If you do like my video today, please do like and subscribe because you'll really be helping me out. So we've got the main unboxing from the recent smaller 2nd July Taiwan gun order, and this belongs to Matt, who wanted to get hold of one, and I got hold of it for him basically so I could unbox it. I've never had an APS before, and I've seen a couple of people had requested this or the slightly longer version of this. So we'll get into it and we'll have a look. So the box is relatively nice. Unfortunately, it did take a little bit of damage. That's from the other stuff that was in the order that just got compressed down on it. But the box has done its job. It's protected everything inside. You've got the logo. On this end, you've just got the E118 version and a description there. BOAR Defense Ambi Rifle with ESILVER Edge, which is to do with their gearbox. You've got the APS arm website. You've got the same information at this end. The back is blank and the ends are blank as well. So we'll lift this lid, get this out of the way. We've got a little bit of an instruction manual, which is really actually quite useful and nice. So it's telling you how to obviously remove like the handguard and adjust the handguard, attach the grip, the rails and things like that. That's really useful and helpful to be able to work on this and know what you're doing. That's really good. You've got the usual target and safety information. Originally out of the box, these are doing 400 FPS or thereabouts. Obviously in UK, because it's got the ability to do full auto, we're limited to 350 FPS, so I have had it downgraded, and it has been done down to about 348, 345, so you're looking at quite a small range of FPS there, so it's quite a consistent FPS, so I'm really happy with that, and I'm really grateful to the guys at Taiwan Gun for doing that as a free service as well. So I'll get the foam out of the way. And there it is. It is an absolutely gorgeous piece of kit. I love it. I love the colours, and I quite like the gold trim, the little bit of bling on it and things. So we'll have a look at the box, what's in the box first quickly, and then we'll get through it. So you've got a little APS card that's got the user manual on there, or a link to the user manual. You've got your serial number for it. You've got, I can get it out, a little baggie with your rails in there to put on. You've got your 300 round M4 type high cap, which seems okay quality. They've included the original spring in there, that was the 400 FPS spring, and underneath the gun itself is the cleaning rod as well. So we're going to lift this out, we'll get the box out of the way, and we'll have a look at this absolute beauty. Now, just as I was lifting this out of the box, I did notice something just pinging around, and that is not a good start. I'm trying to figure out what that was initially. That's actually part of the charging handle assembly there. So that is pretty soft metal that has broken, and it's the latch part that sits on there, and it's completely just come out altogether, and the pin doesn't appear to have held it in at all, or it's broken around what would be the pinhole. So that's not necessarily a great start, but easily replaced charging handle anyway, but something that you should be aware of, that that's obviously an issue that we've had. So first of all, I'll let you get a quick look, because that is pretty damn nice. Other than that one little downer, that is pretty damn nice. And then we'll start at the front, we'll work our way back. So up at the front, you've got a really nice, angry, aggressive looking muzzle brake that's obviously sunk into your front rail unit. Now that is the barrel there that comes to the end, and it is a 6.03 type ball barrel that's in there. It looks like possibly steel. The general information I've seen online that seems to rate it and recommend that it is good and accurate, which at 6.03 it's pretty much what you would expect anyway. You've got loads of key mod handguard mountings for days there that you could put all manner of accessories on there, kitchen sinks, microwaves, toilets, you name it, you can mount it on there. You've also got the side mounted sights so that you can, you know, sort of go tactical and flip it to the side and start dropping some single shots to the side to get your magnified sight out of the way. That I do like that feature, including it flips up as well. So you have normally got pistol grip style sights on there, but you can flip them up into bigger sights and look down those sights. Put those back down. So coming down to the rail, you've got a full metal upper and lower receiver with the BOAR tactical on there, and it's 6mm by 45. I'm guessing that's probably the serial number as well. You've obviously got the ambidextrous mag catch, which is quite nice. I used to run, or still run, one of these on my recoil M4, but this part has dropped off, so it's just got the enhance button. You then got the gold ejection port cover there that looks quite nice. It does come back smoothly and returns really smoothly. Obviously on the right hand side, on your dust cover ejection port, it does say "shooter, are you ready?" Obviously quite a nice little stylish printing on there. It feels really nice to hold. The pistol grip is tremendously comfortable, and they've put this stippling effect on it, obviously to help it grip, particularly with gloves and things like that. You know, we all get a little bit sweaty at times when we're running around the woods, so that's nice to just help make sure you keep hold of it. Now I have just noticed, and hopefully, yeah, so it's got the working, well, not working, that won't work with your mags, but the forward assist, the bolt release even, sorry, the bolt release does lock back the dust cover, so when you're adjusting the hop, and then to press it again, and it releases it forward. That's quite nice, I like that. You've got your nice gold fire selector, but it is single-sided only, so it's only the mag catch that's ambidextrous. Obviously we've got the rear sight there. These have got little grub screws underneath to release those off. I'll show you that one as well. Got little grub screws underneath that you're going to need little Allen key sort or hex key sort to release. Then you've got your traditional crane stock. Drop the battery off, and it's like we've seen on the recent Seamers. Just pry that out, and we're into the stock there, and it has got a Dean's connector. So let's just have a look. It's a 6-position stock. There's a little bit of sideways movement, but not an awful lot. It feels solid other than that, and they've even thrown in. Down. They've even thrown in a QD sling mount on the back. Push the button, it releases, and you can choose where you want to mount that on either side of the stock as well. You have also got the metal sling plate there just in front of the stock tube, which is probably a more beneficial and useful sling mount in place. So pull the wiring out. So it is wired to Dean's. What I'll do is I'll get the adapters I've got and the usual batteries, and we'll just hear what it sounds like. Obviously we already know the FPS, and then we'll cut to the shooting footage of it. So here I've got my adapter just to convert it to Dean's, just in the interest of obviously understanding and knowing based on our usual batteries what kind of effect we're getting. So we've got the Nuprol 7.4 2200mAh 20C battery, and we'll power that up. This is rated for 7.4 to 12.5 volt batteries, so you know that you're covered with most of the normal ones. So safe, nothing, single, nice and steady away. It's not quite the lightning quick turning over I was expecting, but it's pretty nice. Full auto, it's pretty decent that. What I will do is during the shooting I will put it through the chrono just for a rate of fire test, particularly on the 7.4. It's fairly quiet actually. I'm quite impressed at how quiet it is, whether the noise is just fully taken out at the end there and I'm just not noticing it, but it seems fairly quiet. So we'll switch the 7.4 for the 11.1. So this is the standard 11.1 20C rating 2600mAh LiPo by Nuprol. Obviously we know how this is going to work, so safe, nothing, single. Obviously much snappier, much crisper. Full auto, much better. So obviously it's sounding really nice. Just to give you a few details about it, it's got, the official name is the Super Dynamic Microchip Unit in it, which is basically its MOSFET. In its simple terms for laymen, people like me, it's a MOSFET. So it's got a MOSFET in there that uses a magnetic gear set. Now, the gear set in general is replaceable with generic gears until you get to that sector gear. That's got a magnet embedded in it, which the MOSFET picks up as it spins round. So if it ever strips the sector gear, please be aware you'll have to source one of the magnetic ones, probably one of their own. The piston itself has got full steel teeth, which is quite reassuring that, you know, it's not going to easily strip a tooth off it. It has got a quick change spring system in there as well, which I can't see properly down there, but I will do a disassembly of it. And let's have a look. And it's got the short trigger pull. So obviously, because it's MOSFET, it's not a very long trigger pull, and you've already fired the gearbox. So far, I'm quite impressed with that. Let me down a little bit with the charging handle being broken, but overall, other than that, it's looking really solidly built. You know, you've got a metal one-piece hop unit in there. We will get a look at the internals when I do the disassembly, and I'll show you how to take, obviously, the handguard off and everything, and we'll have a look in the gearbox. So, we'll cut to the footage. So now you've seen the footage of it obviously being fired. It was putting out sort of just over 40 metres in range, sort of maybe close to 45 metres in range, and fairly sort of accurately as well. A little bit of spread right at the end of its range, but that was using 0.25 gram BBs because that's what I generally shoot, and based on the most people I speak to, most people feed 0.25 gram BBs. The rate of fire test again was done with 0.25, but those don't affect the rate of fire. The rate of fire is purely down to the battery with the motor. Maybe a little bit slower than I would have liked it on a 7.4, but definitely getting to where we want it to be with the 11.1. A change for a sort of a high-speed motor, and this thing will literally just come alive, and absolutely come alive. I am quite disappointed that the handle is broken on the charging handle, and they are a unique design in these. They are different to normal AEG, so it's not just a case of just buying a normal standard AEG charging handle for an AR. It's a unique design, and they're not particularly cheap. But other than that, externally, it's absolutely rock solid. The thing, you know, a little bit of wobble in the stock, but it is so solid and it's so gorgeous. It looks so well built. The gearbox we'll have a look at during the disassembly. But generally, I'm really impressed with that. The first APS I've ever seen. Time will tell on the quality of it. I mean, this is not mine, but Matt, whose it is, will keep me updated, I am sure, so I can answer questions in future as to how it's going on in future. I think the main issue might be if it's a proprietary sector gear and a proprietary shaped MOSFET that's controlling the trigger, then or gearbox in general for that reason, because it's proprietary MOSFET, then if the gearbox does go, then you're going to have to buy their specific one. You're not really going to be able to sort of possibly buy a generic version 2 gearbox. But I'm not 100% certain on that. Please don't quote me on that. But based on its looks, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. From what I've seen, feeding about sort of a high cap of rounds to it, so about 300 rounds to it. It shoots really, really nice. It's got a nice range, consistency of shot as well. Tiny little bit of spread at the end, but most guns do out of the box. It does feel nice to shoot and it sounds nice. High-speed motor in there, and you're probably going to have some absolutely top piece of kit. So I hope you found that useful. Please do make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.